fellow Rotarians and friends of Rotary. Welcome to another episode of Rotary in Action Philippines. Last week, ipinakita namin sa inyo ang ilan sa mga inspiring projects ng Rotary. Ngayong gabi, isa na namang inspiring episodes ang hatid namin sa iyo. Pero bago yan, iniimbitahan namin kayong i-like ang aming social media page. Kindly visit, like, and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/RotaryInAction. In case you miss any of our episodes, you may visit www.untvweb.com. You can also send us an email at rotaryinaction_untv@gmail.com. Nakakalat po sa 200 bansa ang iba't ibang chapters or clubs ng Rotary International. At kung saan may Rotary Club, laging mayroong community service projects. Ano-ano pa nga ba ang mga community service project na ginagawa ng mga members ng Rotary Club International? Yan ang ipapasilip namin sa inyo sa pagbabalik ng Rotary in Action Philippines. This is Past District Rotaract Representative Aya Nicole Carpus. We are happy people serving people. What is the 3H program? The Rotary Foundation's Health, Hunger, Humanity, otherwise known as the 3H program, provides grants for large-scale international development projects that improve health, alleviate hunger, and enhance human and social development. Rotary members use the grants to create access to clean drinking water, support literacy programs, provide medical care, and more, setting the stage for today's global grants. And we're back. Tulad nga po na nabanggit ko kanina, nakakalat ang mga Rotary Clubs sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo. Kaugnay nito, nagsasagawa sila ng sari-saring proyekto sa kanilang mga adopted communities. Panoorin po natin ito.
Malaking tulong sa pagpapaunlad ng edukasyon at kalusugan ng mga bata ang pagkakaroon ng malinis na tubig, maayos na sanitasyon, pagsasanay ng mga guro at hygiene education sa mga paaralan. Kaugnay nito, inilunsad ng Rotary International ang isang programa na tinatawag nilang WASH. Ito ay isang programa na sinusuportahan naman ng Rotary Club of Makati Dasmariñas, katuwang ang iba't ibang Rotary Club ng District 3830.
The idea of brushing and washing often. Para after the meals that they brush their teeth, and before eating they wash their hands, after eating they wash their hands. And then we realized wala namang washing station sa mga public schools, particularly the underserved schools. And Rotary clubs, being, especially this year, ang thrust is to adopt a public school. We asked for the help of clubs to bring the station, the wash and brush station, which is really cheap. We have come up with a technology na mura na lang siya, and it's customized. Hindi siya ganun ka-expensive, not more than 15,000 actually, for 7 washing stations, or 7 gripo, isang sink. Malaking bagay na yan para sa mga bata. So we started our first wash and brush station.
Naniniwala ang Rotary Club International na makakatulong ang programang ito upang mapabuti ang academic performance ng mga mag-aaral.
Ang adopted school namin, ang pangalan Colonel E. De Leon Elementary School. It's a public school that has 2,800 students, and it sits on a 2,000 square meter property. Importante yung wash and brush project dahil kasama sa aming areas of focus yung disease prevention. And it's important that we are able to teach also the students how to wash properly their hands at saka how to brush their teeth properly. Kung walang facility, how can they do that? So we need a wash and brush station para ma-impart namin at makita namin behaviorally na talagang sinusunod nila yung dapat nilang gawin para mapanatiling malusog ang mga katawan nila.
Sa pangunguna ni Inspiring President Ivy Samson na makapagtayo ng mga kinakailangang pasilidad sa mga eskwelahan na nasa loob ng kanilang distrito.
Primarily sana yung mga eskwelahan na mapipili namin are schools that are
they're marginalized. Talagang may needs. So first of the assessment, ang ginawa namin kasi we asked them to, the Rotary clubs to submit their application and identified communities. Tapos Smile Pilipinas and well, si DG and the Georgie ang tumitingin, ine-evaluate nila kung talagang may need, talagang may pangangailangan yung eskwelahan yun. At kung meron, sinisimulan namin na yun ang binibigyan namin. Tapos dapat may mga maliliit na bata talaga kasi doon nagsisimula daw yung health, na good health. Hindi na yung malalaki, hindi na yung mga high school, yung mga kinder, grade 1, yun, doon sana kasi doon nagsisimula yung habit talaga of having a good hygiene, oral hygiene. Well, this is the launch and we're hoping that we are able to assess everything in a month or two time. This month. In fact, tonight after this launch nga, one or two of the schools already that were nominated by the other Rotary clubs are going to be already checked out, I understand, tomorrow afternoon. Kung okay na yun, the construction of the wash station, may space na yung school and all that, kayang gawin within 2 weeks, I understand, and then ma-install agad on the 3rd week. So in a month's time, dapat meron ng wash station yung eskwelahan.
Samantala, bukod sa WASH project, marami pang nakalatag na proyekto ang ating mga kasangbahay na Rotarian mula sa District 3830.
In 2 weeks' time, we are going to launch naman yung aming search for the most outstanding school teacher. Ito naman, may kinalaman talaga sa education. Well, this wash and brush station covers actually 6 areas of focus. Itong launch naman namin na search for most outstanding school teacher is really centered into education. With education, this month in November, we're focusing on that. It's a research program that perhaps will take another 3 months. But while the search is going on, we're going to also provide learning for the teachers, leadership training for the principals, and then we will also do some book donation, and there will be some talks for the students on science, technology, mathematics, and engineering. So yung STEM talk na tinatawag.
We are the inspiring presidents of Rotary International District 3830. We are happy people, serving people.
Once again, congratulations sa inyong napakagandang project. Isa kayong inspirasyon sa ating mga kapwa Rotarians. When we return, samahan po natin si Gov. Jess Cifra as he takes on the Rotary journey of one of the pillars of Rotary District 3810. Kilalanin natin siya sa Governor's Corner.
The Rotary Club of Manila was both the first Rotary Club in the Philippines and the first in Asia under the direct supervision of the International Association of Rotary Clubs, now known as Rotary International. The club went on to organize its daughter clubs, the Rotary Club of Cebu in 1932 and the Rotary Club of Iloilo in 1933. The Rotary Club of Bacolod and Baguio were also established later on. The Rotary Club of Manila was also responsible for organizing the Rotary Club of Guam as its first overseas daughter club in 1939, through the efforts of then Rotary International Vice President Carlos P. Romulo.
Nagbabalik ang Rotary in Action Philippines. Ang Rotary Club sa Pilipinas ay binubuo ng 10 distrito. Isa dito ang District 3810, nasakop ang mga lugar ng Manila, Pasay, Cavite at Mindoro, kung saan nagmula ang ating Man of the Hour. Panoorin natin ang Governor's Corner with Gov. Jess Cifra.
Okay, good afternoon, Ernie.
Good afternoon, classmate.
Ernie, this is really marvelous, and like I said, you're the best person we had in mind to be interviewed in this relaunch of the Governor's Corner.
Thank you very much. Truly honored and humbled.
Imagine your credentials, Rotary Global Rewards Ambassador from 2018 to 2020, RI District 3810 District Trainer, Rotary Year, and listen to this, 2014 to 2016 and 2017 to 2019. editorial board member of the Philippine Rotary Magazine, division head of the Luzon District's Rotary Leadership Institute, or RLI, Rotary Coordinator, RI Zone 7A, 2015 to 2018, Chairman, District 3810 Council of Governors, Rotary Year 2016-2017. Well, of course, we were classmates then, RI District Governor, Rotary Year 2011-2012. Welcome to the program. Okay, Ernie, let me first shoot the first question.
Okay.
Your Rotary life, of course. When did this start?
Well, I was invited to join the Rotary Club of Bagong Bayan, Manila, District 3810 in 1991. So I was just around 28 years old at the time. It was part of the club's strategic plan actually at the time to bring in new and younger Rotarians, younger members. Well, at the time, I was still single. And it's all basically work and the sports that I like to do at the time. Yeah, I played tennis and basketball at the time.
I see. Were you part of any civic organization before you joined Rotary?
Well, I was quite active in college as far as school organizations are concerned. I've led several organizations and also in civic actions in school. Even at the time, we were already doing projects with the indigenous community in Mindoro. So when this was broached to me, that Mindoro was actually a part of District 3810, it's sort of a deja vu for me, because I'll be going back to where I started from, even far back as in college.
So you were not part of a civic organization, but you were doing projects.
Yes, on my own.
For our communities.
That's right.
Would you recall who invited you to Rotary, the Rotary Club of Bagong Bayan?
Yeah, the person who invited me was past President Henry Fresnoza, who was my teammate in basketball, and who was himself a baby Rotarian at the time. And so we were part of the younger batch that went into the club in 1991.
I see. So even in 1991, you were already looking forward to younger members, and you were one of them. I see. And then what happened after 1991?
Well, in 1991, that was also the year that I got married, a latter part of the year, a middle part of the year. And the one thing I would say that is most memorable for that year, well, aside from my getting married, that was the year that Mount Pinatubo erupted, if you would recall.
Right,
and I was a young Rotarian at the time, barely few months old, and I was amazed when the club mobilized to go into the communities that were affected in Zambales, in Pampanga, and we did a lot of projects there. And I think that was also one of those reasons that really got me involved in Rotary.
I see, and that must also been the start of your involvement, of your active participation in Rotary activities.
That's right. And so, if you would allow a little story about that.
Yes.
People would always ask me why, I'm so active, and it's really basically because I feel that the services that we can offer to our community, the needs are always there, and we cannot take our time, take our comfort time to do it when we feel like doing it. This is the eye-opener that I had when we went to a community in Zambales. And at that time, I was connected with the food corporation. We produce sardines. So it's easy for me to contribute sardines for the relief packages. And when we went into that community refuge center, I went up the hill where the headquarters of the DSWD was. Then I saw beneath that small hill, I think around 4 or 5 boxes of sardines. So the initial thought I had, being a young person at that time, I thought, why are they hiding these boxes of sardines from us? They might be setting it aside from some other purpose. And I wanted to go down to investigate. But before I got there, one of the health volunteers approached me and said, "Sir, I don't think you should go down." And I said, okay, what are those boxes there? Are they sardines? And they said, no, those are the little babies who passed away one night ago. And I felt so bad because we went there with a team of medical doctors. And maybe, I was thinking, maybe if we had come a day or two earlier, we could have saved those babies.
Sure.
Yeah. So that was an eye-opener for me that Rotary should always be there. We must not be late.
Wow, that's very touching, Ernie, and it only shows that really it's in your blood to have some feelings, some emotions for our fellow men. I just read your credentials. So in 1991, you became a member. Was that an easy progression of positions in the club that led you to these positions I just read?
In the early years of Rotary, you know, when I got into the club, most of them were my kuyas, as I would call them, because they were, because of the age disparity. Remember, we're coming in as the new guys. It's not that easy at that time because you need to gain the respect of your more senior members. But soon enough, eventually, once they feel comfortable with you and you have shown them that not really what you can do, but I guess it's really more of what you'd like to do.
And then when did you become club president?
I became club president 10 years after I joined. So that was 2001.
I see.
During the time of RI President Frank Devlin.
Were there any memorable activities during your presidency?
Yeah, a lot of activities, more so being the home club of the governor. All the activities that no other clubs would want to host gets thrown to you. But one memorable thing is that, you know, we started working with the Marilac Hills. It's a center for abused children, abused girls with age just ranging from 18 down. Okay, so these are mostly rape victims. And we started our work there. During that time, I was able to, you know, one thing that struck me when we first got into Marilac Hills was the fact that these are all victims, right? And because they cannot go home to their families during the pendency of their cases, as most of the perpetrators are family members, that's the most unfortunate thing. I felt that they were victimized twice over because they stopped from their schooling, because they're kept in that center. It's a government-run center with no education given to them. So if you think that a case would drag on for 5 or 7 years or even 10 years.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, Ernie. And then the governorship. So we were together in 2011, 2012 under Kalyan Banerjee. The Rotary theme at the time being rich within
to embrace humanity.
To embrace humanity. Yes. Okay, what led you to be the governor? To being the governor of your district?
Well, it took another 10 years from my presidency before I became governor.
I see.
But I've always believed in our Rotary saying that it is the position that seeks the man, and not the man the position.
Okay.
That's why it took me 10 years to become president in the club and another 10 years to be governor.
Anything that happened that really struck you while you were governor?
Yeah, during that year, the district I was happy with the district, with the clubs, with my changemaker presidents who all worked so very hard to bring their clubs up to par. Because after all, Josh, you would understand that the district does not have any strength to speak of. It's the clubs in the districts, right?
Correct.
So during that year, we were able to reduce tremendously the number of clubs that are below 25 in terms of membership. We were also able to increase our membership because of that. Within the year, we have already raised the membership by 20%.
I see.
And additionally, because one of the criteria given and pushed for by our RI President Kalyan at the time was for every Rotarian to give to the Rotary Foundation no matter how much. Isn't it, if you would remember that? Just so long as we start them giving to the Rotary Foundation and hope that it would become an annual thing for them. So all of those combined we were able to land at the top 15, worldwide top 15 districts.
In terms of giving to the...
In terms of, in all aspects, in terms of giving, in terms of membership, and in terms also of public image. So we got recognized during the RI Bangkok convention in 2012 among the top 15.
I haven't forgotten that, and we were so proud of you because you went up the stage to receive that recognition.
Thank you.
Okay, and there was no turning back since then. Very swiftly, you got position one after the other in Rotary. And I just read your credentials. Maybe you can say a few words about which one is the most important and which one you consider very precious to you.
Well, of course, it's my work with the coordinator team for membership. Immediately after our year of service, 2012, I was tapped by then Rotary coordinator Oyan Villanueva to be his assistant Rotary coordinator for Zone 7A. And we did the rounds, going to all the districts in the Philippines and also in Indonesia, the 2 districts in Indonesia, and to try to help increase our membership and to get them engaged, because it's not just recruitment, but it's retention. That's the most important thing. And thereafter, after serving 3 years as his assistant, I was fortunate enough to again be appointed as the coordinator for the following 3 years after, from 2015 to 2018. And well, as a report card of sorts, I'm happy to say that during those 3 years at the helm of membership in the zone, our zone grew by 11%, which is way, way above the world average.
Let us leave Rotary for a while, and maybe you can give us insight into Ernie Choa, the private life of Ernie Choa.
Well, of course, I'm happily married to my wife, Celine, who's been a partner not only in family-wise, in bringing up my kids, but more so also as a partner with what I do in Rotary.
I see.
When we got married, she readily accepted Rotary and being a part of our Rotary family. I have 4 kids.
4
kids. You remember when we were governors-elect, suddenly I had another little baby out.
Made in San Diego.
So she's now 7 years old. That's my youngest. My eldest is 26. She's helping out also in the business. My twins, after her comes a pair of twins, a girl and a boy. They're still studying. The other is in Ateneo, taking up legal management. The other is in Jedcom. And then my youngest is in first grade, from college down to first grade. So she keeps us happy.
Okay, Ernie. Maybe you have some parting words for our audience.
Dear fellow Rotarians, especially those from 3810, this Rotary year, we are celebrating and looking back at 100 years of Rotary, not only in the Philippines, but in Asia as well. It has been well said that the further backward we look, the further forward we can see. And this helps us to return to the basic principles of Rotary, our objects of Rotary, the avenues of service, and of course our 4-way tests. For us to move forward into the next century, we need to go back and establish a firm belief in our Rotary principles and in Rotary itself. All of us must embrace a philosophy that Rotary is like no other organization. We need to return to our basic principles, and we need to live them even as we face this ever-changing world. And how we as Rotarians shape our future truly depends on what we all do today. So let us all be better Rotarians, and let us build an even better Rotary for the years to come. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, classmates. God bless all of us.
There you have it. Thank you very much, Ernie, for those words of wisdom and precious gems of counsel. I'm sure the fellow Rotarians who are watching tonight will carry them in your hearts. In their hearts. Mga kaibigan, dito po nagtatapos ang Governor's Hour. Diyan lang po kayo, magbabalik ang Rotary in Action Philippines.
Thank you so much, District Governor Ernie Choa. You are indeed an inspiration to all Rotarians in District 3810. And that sums up our episode for tonight. But before I bid goodbye, I would like to greet all the members of the Rotary Club of West Central, as well as the Serving Hearts group. And also, I would like to invite you to join us in our upcoming activities. I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. See you again next week dito sa Rotary in Action Philippines. This is past District Rotaract Representative and Charter President Aya Nicole Corpus. We are happy people serving people.